Hi John, my feedback is ready, and this video is like a guide for this document I prepared for you based on your work. So in blue, these are your previous answers, and in green, some questions or something that needs your further practical work as next steps to your improvement. And these four parts are just hyperlinks to the chapters of this document for more easy navigation. Some parts I will just quickly go through it, and some you will just read, like this one for yourself, and some I will describe in more details. So first of all, you did really great job with everything you wrote to me, and it's very important. It's a good step forward, and I think it's already improved your awareness, correct? But of course, awareness doesn't mean direct control or change, and you need to be aware of this as well. But again, it's a good step forward, and thanks for your honesty and hard work. Also, the pain and frustrations that you described, I personally can relate to it really so much, and I guess many traders I know will relate to it. So just know, I mean, it's not a resolution of your problems, but just know that you are not alone. Like many people go through something like you are going through, and you are moving in the correct direction. Yeah, this there is almost no chance that this journey could be more pleasant or more easy, you know. I mean, yeah, for some people it's more easy, but for majority, for like absolute majority, it's really hard work, and you are doing it. So don't be discouraged by the discomfort, by the pain. Yeah, I really know it's hard. I really know it. And today I will propose you some steps to help a little bit to move forward and to make it better with the time. Of course, the only thing that that makes it harder to work with the feedback you provided to me is that you mentioned a lot of different issues and things, and I will give you feedback on everything, but you need to understand that it is much better, and I will guide you to do it next time, like one issue at a time. But again, it's my fault as well because I didn't mention it probably, but it's not a big problem as well. It's just that now it will require a bit more time for you to digest what I will send you right now and so on. But for the future, for the next session, for the next follow-up session, which will be like the last one from this mentorship, it would be better to focus on one thing, on the biggest problem. Okay, so that's all for the intro. So remember, in blue, these are your words from the previous document, and this is my comment. So this one, just read it, it's easy. This one is a little more complex. So you say I get to invest on one setup and so on. However, I think that this is almost a perfect definition of over-risking. So maybe I'm wrong, then send me a feedback, but if you are losing double the amount of what you planned, then this is just simply over-risking. And over-risking is something that quickly kills your gains or even whole account or evaluation, especially combined with overtrading. So this issue requires, of course, a lot of work. It will not be gone in one session or one day, but also you need to recognize how it looked sometime in the past and if you made any progress at all. More on this later a bit, but for now, you need to answer these questions, yes or no. Like anger and frustration, will it make much more probable that you overrisk? So if you feel anger and frustration in these situations, will you overrisk more likely compared to more neutral state or just more more in the flow state, you know? And so maybe also accumulated fatigue from life circumstances or from trading or from your day job, or from studying, or from anything, and tiredness, or maybe other different factors, also make it more probable that you over risk. And if the answer is yes, then you need to understand one really simple thing. When you are feeling anger, when you are emotional, it's really hard to stop yourself from doing something stupid, so we can call it, yeah, because we all know that this is a technical mistake that is obvious. But the problem is, when you are emotional, your emotional brain kind of shuts down some of the functions of your rational brain. And your decision making is more based on emotions, okay? So when it's too late and you are highly emotional or relatively highly emotional, then it's too late. Then it's basically too late and you can't do anything about it. That's why it's important to answer this question. Because I'm almost sure that the answer is yes for this one. But then next question. What are the earliest signs that you will become, or you are becoming angry and frustrated? Such early signs that you are still in control of yourself. So you need to know it, because when emotions reach these levels, these high levels, it becomes almost impossible to stop it. So later you will work on a resolution template. But again, figure out the earliest signs of anger or frustration, but separately, not of everything, just one thing at a time. And then when you know these earliest signs, you will be able to apply some actions to stop yourself from further trading, or maybe just to walk away. And what kind of further of early signs I will tell you later in the document, but in general it's just like feeling tired in the morning, or just waking up and already feeling some frustration or irritation from everything, or just having this argument with your relative or a friend, or maybe some kind of a thought, maybe you start thinking. So before you become really angry or frustrated, you start thinking, oh, I didn't have a setup in several days, or maybe I'm on a losing streak. So when you register something like this, okay, so my next step will be that I will I will go deeper into this emotion and I will become more angry. So while I'm still recognizing that I'm in the early stage, I need to do something. And what to do a bit later. But I guess you kind of get the feeling of what I'm trying to say here. Now, forcing trades. Again, forcing trades, very often it means that you enter more positions that you should during the day. So it's over trading. Or in other circumstances, it's entering really low quality setups. But again, having a clear checklist of what is high quality trade and keeping focus on this, and not the profits only, or immediate compensation and revenge trade, will help a bit with this. And again, write out actions, thoughts, or emotions that precede forcing trades, because forcing trades is a top of this iceberg. You have a much more bigger foundation of what's happening with you, and this foundation could be developed through it could be developed through all the week, and you just don't recognize it. And then when you see like that absolute expression of this buildup of negative emotions or things, you just see it, but you need to see what precedes to it, because this is where you still have control. Here you don't have control already because it's too late, so you need to recognize it. So again, write out early signs where you can still stop or change your behavior. And yeah, you need to recognize that these two are really big issues, and I will soon propose some other practical solutions. And remember, in green is something that you need to work on and send back to me for the next follow-up session. Now, when I lose a setup and I'm not in the correct mindset, angry, frustrated, I revenge trade and looked again. This is one more separate issue that needs to be worked out in the same thing, that in the same way you worked everything here, but just one at a time. But usually, again, it means that emotions are too high and it's too late to do something. Life circumstances. So first of all, I really do feel sorry about it, and I mean, if I could, I would help you. But again, it's time to recognize that they will, first of all, they will not go anywhere. I have my life circumstances. You have your life circumstances. So it's just in our imagination, that some people are having like perfect lives, and we even can follow them on Instagram, on YouTube, in mentorships, and it seems like they really have so much easier life and like perfect one. But first of all, it's not true. We don't really know how they feel inside. We don't know their relationship with the world and with the people. And of course, some people have kind of perfect lives, but even they have some things to think about, some problems, and so on. So it will never go anywhere, and we just need to accept it and do what we can. So what I'm proposing here is to adopt more stoic mindset or in some parts of your life. I know it's hard, and it's an advice of a kind like, if you want to go to the gym, just go to the gym, just do it advice. But some advices are just like that, and you can do anything about it. Yeah, but I just want you to know that, yes, I'm feeling sorry for this. And if I can support you in any other way, just let me know. I will do what I can. So I'm here to support you, okay? Now about the other discipline things. So shifts in discipline, for me, in my opinion, they happen when you forget your main focus, which is rule following and execution, technical execution. And then instead of technical execution, you try to predict, earn fast, revenge, compensate for life issues, and so on. And by the way, this shift does not need to be huge, just a little bit of focus shift from the rule following, from the quality of execution in the moment, to some other things. So just think how you break your rules. It's definitely when the focus is shifting. So you need to start to practice this, keeping the focus on the right things. Now, for both over-risk and over-trading, taking low-quality setups, I recommend drawdown limiter and trade manager. So, and also further work on resolution templates later. So, what is a drawdown limiter? So, it's a very simple EA that allows you to do what? So, you just put your account, you take your maximal account drawdown, first of all, and when it is reached, it will just shut up the terminal. So for example, you can't reach more than 10 overall. Then you can say what is your maximum daily drawdown. This is really important. If you say that you are over risking, for example, sometimes, then you just put, okay, my maximum daily drawdown is 1%. And then when it is reached, it will close the terminal for the day. And usually a part of the day and night is enough for most people to reset their emotions and come back with rational mind back to trading. And then you can have some other options if you are interested. And I truly recommend these things to you because it will help you. It will help you mechanically. It will help you physically. It will support you. Then you can set your maximum percent per maximum risk per trade. You can you can basically say what to do when you break your plan, like keep the terminal running, but then it will close all the extra positions and so on. And you can even have like how many positions you will have per day. So for example, here it's how many positions? So it's here, it's like a maximum number of range. Range is like daily or how many you want. So range is a time range, okay? Usually it's daily. So you say, okay, I definitely will not have more than 5 high quality positions per day. So it does not make sense to have more. And you can say also, like, my best days are when I have like 1, 2, 3 positions maximum, and my bad days are when I overtrade and have 10 positions. So allow this drawdown limiter to solve it for you, and when you will have more than 5 or more than 4, it will just close the positions, and that's all. Or close the terminal and you will not be able to trade the day. And then maximum number of open positions at the same time. So again, if you know that you could place, so how you double the risk? You double the risk, from what I understood, when you buy, placing not one trade in the setup, but 2 or 3. Here you can say, okay, I will have one position, only one position maximum open, and then any other positions will be automatically closed. And believe me, it helps a lot. So this is drawdown limiter for over trading and over risking and not allowing for big drawdowns in the moment. And one more instrument that is really helpful is Trade Manager. First of all, it allows for automatical break-even levels based on RR or percentage or what or how you want. It allows automatical trailing stop. It allows acceptable risk per trade. It allows partial profit closing automatically or partial loss closing. So this is like really advanced. But what it does for you is that you know, when you have, so you have a risk, let's say $100, okay, $100, and it's here, so you don't need to calculate anything. It's just here, $100, no matter what happens here. So you just move your stop and it calculates automatically, so you really can manage your positions quickly. And when you have this as additional layer of protection of your risk management, it helps a lot. So basically, I have these instruments for 1 month. I never ever broke even once a rule for my risk. So I always risk how I plan, and I never lose more than I plan per day. Okay. So I don't know how to recommend more. It's just try it. Okay. It's really cheap. You can rent it for 3 months to try it. And believe me, it will mechanically help you with over risking, over trading, and so on. Of course, you will still need to control the quality of your trades, but taking away over trading or over risking helps very much as well. Now let's move forward. About laziness. I actually don't think you're lazy, really. If you were lazy, you would not put so much time and effort into learning, first of all, or even writing what you did here. So this is a work of a person who is motivated and who is ready to work. So you are not lazy. The thing is, maybe trading and overall managing your emotions is harder than you expected. And maybe you are losing a bit of motivation to fight it, to continue to fight for your trading, and you think you are lazy, but maybe it's just hard. It's really hard, you know, and maybe you didn't accept fully what it means to work in trading. So yeah, but you are definitely not lazy. But if you want, you can read more on laziness in Mental Game of Trading. However, again, I think the real challenges for you is technical execution, and over risk and over trading. These are real issues. This is maybe like secondary. Okay, so looking for quick results and everything else. So first of all, you need to start to change your belief about quick results in trading. First of all, write out what. Let's and what are quick results. Focus on quality of the trades and consistency, first of all. With this, you can later scale. Again, you don't need more than 1-2 hours per week consistently on average. So some weeks will be losing to make a living. Okay, because then you can scale, and if you are trading 1-2 hours per week on big accounts, it's more than enough. Next, practical task. Write out what results mean to you in trading specifically, and what quick results mean to you, because obviously that could not be purely profits, yeah, you are looking for, but more for consistency, because even a monkey can click a button and earn a lot of money in a couple of minutes. But doing it consistently is a different story. But you need to understand what you mean by results. So for example, for me, results could be this. Next one. The market will follow my higher time frame buy, so I think I could catch the trend without needing to follow my strategy. Yes, first of all, don't buy into this illusion. Slowly continue to refine your edge. The fact that you predicted the direction of the market does not mean too much, of course. I mean, it means too much, but then you need to execute. And also, even with the most perfect strategy, you will miss a lot of moves. But remember, you need just a little part of your move. And when you miss a move or lose, instead of beating yourself up, say it's all good, it's a natural part. So many traders will go mad about it, but I understand my edge and I will control myself and I will be above the competition because of it. So some things that you say, you understand that they are not effective and you need to actively and with effort change them. So do not just, you have some thought, it's just a thought. So continue to work on it, talk with yourself and so on. So learn to see not so a direction of the market, but the clarity of the market and the clarity of the overall context and setup. Because I remember from previous code when you showed potential entries, they were basically for me in a clear no trade zones. So double check with that, and yeah, make sure your edge is really technically a good edge. Okay. Again, here you are talking about the lack of results I have achieved from trading, which causes a lot of psychological stress. Yes, definitely it is, but it's not necessary to just stop with this statement. So what I propose is write out your ABC games, I will explain a bit later, and recognize the progress you made and result you achieved beside profit. So maybe obviously you are learning. So you didn't quit. You are becoming better technically and mentally compared to maybe 2 years ago. And this is the nature of trading, is that the curve that you will have, unfortunately, will be like this until you're learning. And only when you will actually get it, it will start to grow. And with all the other jobs, what you usually have when even you are like average, you are executing on like not really good, or you are not the best, you still have some money going in, you know, and you have these profit results with any other job. But with trading, you need to have more time in break-even level. So if you want additional, read Confidence and Perfectionism from Mental Game of Trading. For the people and relatives, again, usually they just can't recognize what you did, and you just need to find this confirmation of your progress inside yourself. Maybe some other traders like me, for example, will understand what you mean, but relatives and friends who are not trading, they just don't get it. Okay. And yeah, on the other hand, what did you expect? Because even when you will be profitable, there will be periods of losing streaks, stop outs, and how do you know that with some level of profitability you will not continue to beat yourself? So learn to appreciate what you have and what you've done, and with the time it will get better. Now about this question, yes, you understood correctly, and your answer is very reasonable. Again, work on results and what they mean to you. Need to start changing the belief that like you didn't achieve anything. Focusing on execution and on slow progression. Your time and effort will pay off. Um, so again, you say you put so much time and effort and now you expect result. But again, who said you actually did enough at this point? So you did enough to be where you are at now. And then your imagination and overall industry, how it's forming our minds and so on, but your imagination now thinks that your effort should have brought you like further. But objective reality is that your efforts brought you to the point where you are now, and now you need to continue further. And yeah, just it's not the problem that you are not seeing like big returns in profit. It's really not a problem. It's problem that this level of profitability is not in accordance with your expectations, and this brings a lot of suffering. So again, be stoic about it, accept the reality, but do not lose hope. I mean, I'm sure you are doing all right, and you already had some good periods in trading. So now you need to learn how to extend them. This part. Again, you are not failing like yourself. You are failing towards your expectations, which are obviously about getting like faster results or bigger results, but expectations are just thoughts. They are not a part of reality. With that said, of course, we all have expectations and so on, but it's time to manage them, to make them smaller or break them in a smaller part. You are learning a skill that will allow you to earn a lot of money a bit later, or maybe not like a bit later, maybe in 2 years, in 3 years. But inside yourself, I'm sure you know it's possible. So yeah, just continue to work on it. Now, about expectation of like perfection or being a really good profitable trader and so on. And maybe you are thinking, so I'm talking about this part now. Maybe you're thinking that you will be enough only then, only when you will be like fully profitable. But even then, how you think it will happen? Like you are fully profitable, and from this day, you will not need to apply any effort. But the fact is, you need to prove yourself that you are profitable and a good trader every moment and every day. Because guess what? You are profitable for 3 months, and then one day comes and you destroy everything in a tilt, in an emotional tilt. And it is a reality for many traders. So you see, you already need to start to prove to yourself that you are doing good by doing the best you can every moment and every day, starting from like next week. And again, I want you to feel the shift in this perspective, because one thing is to expect that one day you will become profitable, but now you are not profitable, like consistently profitable, or you are not having these good results, and because of that you are a failure. You didn't achieve anything. But it's not working like that. You need to do it every day. So every day you need to be the thing that you want to be. High expectations, haven't reached any of them. Again, this is just your statement. Break it down. First of all, it's too general. Write the expectations you have for yourself. Is it really true that you haven't reached any of them? Any, even one? Or maybe you just forgot and you didn't do the work to recognize it and to appreciate it, to be like grateful for your work. So write out smaller expectations for yourself. Maybe some of them are already achieved. And learn to achieve small things in trading, ideally not directly related with profit. Start small with some kind of a challenge, or like a rule following challenge and so on. For example, you will work with this document I will send you right now. So this is a good boost for your mentality, and maybe even technical, because you will work on over trading, over risk, and hopefully implement drawdown limiter and trade manager. And uh, you need to recognize this is not something that everyone is willing to do. Many things, many people will skip it, will not do the work, but you will do the work and you will grow and transform. And on the way, learn to see and appreciate your small steps, which are actually not small. They just seem small compared to your expectations and desires of faster results. Okay. Yeah. So just work on it. Work on expectations and recognize what you achieved, because you already achieved at least some kind of profitability during some time. But then mm, maybe it's again like previous 2-3 weeks in the market, they were really bad, like the conditions were really bad and almost no strategy could perform like really well, except maybe with some luck. Yeah, so just think about it. um, Expecting perfection is not good, but working towards this is good. So we can't expect to be perfect, because even when you reach what you believe is perfect, you will see how you could be better. And now what? You will beat yourself again? A bit further, I will talk about ABC games, and you will see what I mean. As for family and friends, try to talk only with people who really understand you, and probably there will be no people like this. Talk with people if you actually receive support from them. Usually no one will believe in you until you will actually do it. Okay, so it's just the reality. No one will support you in a way that you need to. I mean, I'm ready to support you because I'm also trading, but people who are not trading, they do not understand it. um Now this one we just skip. Yeah, so this is important. Very often there are a lot of past accomplishments in life and in trading that went unknown, so you just neglect them. Write all accomplishment you had as a trader, or like as many as you can, and pay attention to immediate yeah but in your mind. So like you might say, I worked on my strategy and I achieved like 5% profit in my evaluation challenge. So I didn't blow it in 1 day, in 10 days. I actually worked with the strategy and had some results. And this is an achievement in itself. So it speaks a lot about yourself. And then, of course, your mind will immediately go, yeah, but I didn't get funded. But it does not matter. You need to write down some accomplishments and learn to appreciate them. So this one, you did it all right. This one, be happy with just making small gains at a time. So again, yes, there are no guarantees, but at the same time, when we are working with high probability setups, we have higher probability that it will work out. So we need to understand that, yes, there is no guarantee for high quality and low quality setup to work out, but it's not the same. So the probability for higher quality and clarity is bigger. Yeah, keep it in mind. And be happy with not only this, but with not making anything and even losing from following your rules. So when you have a good trade, which is a loser, it's not time to beat yourself up. It's time to actually praise yourself that you followed the rules and now you are waiting for the next setup. It's a big accomplishment. Now let's quickly go through a resolution template. So this template you can apply to any kind of issue that you described here. So for example, and it is in 4 steps. First step, recognize the pattern that trigger the earliest signs. So what are the earliest signs of anger, frustration that you have, or any other issue, but just one at a time. So maybe it's thinking something, or doing something, or feeling tired, or frustration from life, Write it out in detail. For example, for FOMO, main pattern could be missing a move or stopping or being stopped out at break even and then run. And now your FOMO is triggered. But what is even earlier signs? Maybe the earlier signs of FOMO is rushing to trade and not doing the analysis as you described in the beginning. So maybe this step is the early sign that something is wrong in your mind and you need to pay more focus on what's happening with you today. Now, second, try to stop the emotional momentum. So once you identify the early signs of the issue, start focusing on not allowing it to grow up and so on. Because remember, high emotions beat rational mind and actually physically block some of its functions. Yeah, but while you are still in the early stage, you can control. So again, read an example here. Then, while you are recognizing the early signs, start to inject some logic that you prepared beforehand. So again, for instance, so this should be a short personal statement. For instance, for FOMO grid, you can remind yourself, you always have better weeks with actually doing your best technically. So don't allow to just randomly trade. Yes, over trading, over risking can get you money, but it will for sure be lost in short term in the future. And use other strategic actions to resolve the issue. So first of all, figure out the simplest correction or action you can do to suck less for 1% for this specific flow. Write down your most common mistakes and use them to recognize the pattern and to understand what you need to work on. Write down decision-making process. So this is basically the same. Maybe use some warm-up routine that you need to stick and you know that will help you to do better. So for example, a routine could include using drawdown limiter, using before the session analysis, using journaling, analyzing journal, and so on. And remember, you will not resolve your issues like right away. You will need to repeat the process until you actually master it. So it's work. Next chapter is the examples of some of injecting logic statements. So these are just like trading wisdom, you know, but it's just example, and you can have more from other books, from your notes, from your experience, and you can use this statement here. And ABC game explanation. So this one is important because you need to understand you are not you are not perfect all the time. You are not in your worst state all the time. And you are not in your average state all the time. Actually, we are combining all the three. So a game is when you are in the flow of trading. It's like when you are performing clearly, correctly, and so on, following the rules. Big game is when it's all good, but not perfect, but not too bad at the same time. Some mistakes could be possible when you are in this state. And C game is your obvious mistakes that are caused by too intense emotions and or too low energy. And yeah, they are basically your worst state of performance. And we need to understand that, you see, you are you talk that you expect bigger of yourself, you want to be better, but what we really can expect is this. So our worst performance. And we also need to focus on improving this one before moving to this one. So read about it in the mental game of trading, read about it here, but please do it carefully. And here is the concept. So imagine that this is an inchworm. So this is actually an inchworm, and how it moves. If it will move only the A game, so your expectations and your striving for being better, so you will only move this one, but you forget about this one and this one. you know what will happen? You will achieve a high profitability here during some time, but then someday you will go back to your C game one day only, and you will lose it all. So that's why when you improve your trading, you need to sorry, you need to work like A game, move here, B game, move here, and C game, move here, and then you overall are better. Okay. um Again, instead of constantly pushing A game, focus on correcting your biggest weakness. And an example of this, just try to remember how you improved on your C game, B game, and A game. So for example, on your C game, you can write something like this. So in the beginning of the year, I could trade during low volume sessions or before the rollover. I could over risk and make random decisions with no journaling or past analysis and so on. But then later, like half year later, you can say, okay, I at no circumstances I no longer do this. But my C game, so what is the worst thing I can do? Is being distracted, still over risking, still forcing, and so on. But at least I'm trading during good sessions. Now, some time passed, and you say, now my C game is this. So this is the worst thing I could do. Now this is the worst thing I could do. Then you say something like this for B game. So my worst B game during this time. So this my C game. During this time, my B game was like this. So overthinking a bit, searching for setup for too long time, and so on. Then it improved. Then what was my best performance looked like during this time? So in the beginning, it looked like this, and then it improved to here and to here, for example. Okay, so you see, it's really important to understand that you are not, and even when you will achieve your perfection, you will still have the possibilities of like more bad performance. But the thing is, you need to do it in such a way that your worst performance, your most bad days, were not catastrophical like they were in the beginning of your trading, for example. So I hope it makes sense. Again, more details in the mental game of trading. And this is just a strategic recap of your progress, of your accomplishments. So just read it through and you can put your own situations into this and use them for more detailed analysis. So this is the end of this document, and these are your practical tasks. First of all, start working on the tasks I marked with green above in the document. So answer the questions, work on more details. Second, consider writing daily journal. So just write down daily or maybe twice in a week how you feel. It will do this to you. So you will know yourself better, read just through it. Work out on your most painful issues in the same way you did before, but now add resolution templates and injecting logic to it. Remember, you will not do it in one day. It will require a lot of time. For more information on mental side of trading and working through your mental side in the manner that we are working during past two sessions, I really recommend to read this. Believe me, you will not regret it. Just go and read it. Start using the drawdown limiter and trade manager. I really sincerely recommend you to do it. Please contact me for links. I will send it to you if you need. Work further on your technical edge. Refine how you see high quality setups and stick to them. Again, stick to high quality setups and clear market context, because from what you showed me previous session, some of your contexts were not clear at all. If you want, maybe consider joining MentFx. He is great both in technical and mental side, and a lot of traders got funded in his community, and he is really he has a real good mentorship at the moment. Also, I really recommend you starting a rule following challenge. So just write out what is high quality setup for you, what is your A game, and try to stick in the beginning to only B quality and A quality setups, and do not allow to over risk and over trade for 3 days, for 5 days, 10, and so on. So I already talked about it, but really do it on practice. It's a big difference to understand and to actually do it. If you want, I can help you. So just let me know. I will help you to control yourself every day. I mean, just to recap, get in touch every day and so on. Yeah, once you do it all, and it's a lot of work, or maybe some major part of it, contact me and we will have one more follow-up session, or send me more questions about everything I just told, or anything else. And again, you have a lot of work to do now, and believe me, I just can guarantee if you will do it, you will see a big improvement in your mental abilities and your mental skills in trading. Okay, that's all from me. Wishing the best to you, and bye.